Good evening and shalom to you and to me and to all those who are gonna uh, really listen and watch another video. Today or tonight, I just decided to something really done and talked during the day with other people or another person. Um, just came to me just to do this before going to rest and hope wake up again for another day going to work, because we need to provide for us, for ourselves, for the family and what's coming, of course. So if I just turn to Alleluia scriptures and read a bit of something really what's going on in actuality in this globe, in this world, and to share with you things really as the signs out there, they don't miss a thing about what YAHUSHUA ha Maschiach has said to the Talmidim or the disciples, and about the times of the end, how it would be. So we know, I know, we are at the end of this system. Fortunately, Alleluia, because the insanity in this globe is so big, it's unbearable. It's already unbearable, and what's coming, it's if now is already unbearable for those who truly believe in the prophecies and the scriptures, particularly at the most in the Most High, the Father Abba Yahuwah, and His Son Yeshua HaMashiach through Ruach HaKodesh. It's unbearable. It's getting, every single moment is getting more and more difficult, because many like myself, some they passed away long ago, some recently, myself and others. I can feel it. I can share with you. I am not from this world at all, and I can see it more and more every single day. I don't belong here at all, and that's for sure. And that's why we feel the way we feel. I hate this world, the system, not people, not humans, no, but their choice. The choice of following the liar, the slanderer, Satan, the devil, Jehovah or Jehovah. It's what it is. For those who don't know, keep not grasping that Jehovah is a title, a modern title to Satan, the devil. It's confirmed. Go and search for yourselves. I know it's a bit difficult. It's quite a thing coming to the end and to know that, but that's the truth. That's the reality. So, and that where we can see that, well, if you pay attention to these, go to the end of the scriptures and Razon Revelation and read what it says there about do not add, do not take away of the scriptures on the word of truth. And these, particularly Jehovah Witnesses and others I keep referring, they keep using and pronouncing a title, a modern title, excuse me, pardon. They keep using something like this title, an invented term to the Most High. What is not to the Most High is to enemy, to the biggest enemy, Satan the devil, and that's confirmed. But anyway, only a few can see that, and that's what I can say. So again, yeah, he's very clever, but in the end, he cannot beat the Master, our Adon, at all. Not, he lost already the war in heaven, in Shamaim, and now it's time for he to lose on the earth also. It won't take long now. My Adon, my Master, my Rabbi, yeah. So Archangel Michael, Michael is coming. He's coming to take possession what belongs to him and to the Father Father, my Abba, Yahuwah. That's the way it is, and I hope I hope I deliver myself voluntarily to can be in that fight, if that is the case, and to fight aside of my true leader, my master, my instructor, my love, YAHUSHUA HA MASCHIACH, and Yahuwah. That's what it is. You can call me whatever you like. I don't care. What it cares to me, what matters to me, and do obey to my master, to my Adon, and to Abba Father Yahuwah. That's what it is. Okay, let's turn to the scriptures and read these. This is very important for those who keep using, and after warnings they keep going, and they cannot wake up of that and carry on being as blind, as brainwashed, in particularly Jehovah Witnesses organization and those with it, and cannot open their eyes anyway. And he says, Matthew, chapter 23, verses 1 to chapter 24, verses let's try to read the verses until verses coming with the clouds until verses 51 of chapter 23-24. Okay, then Yeshua spoke to the crowds and to his Talmidim disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit on the seat of Moses. Therefore, whatever he says to you to guard and do, but do not do according to their works, for they say and do not do. For they bind heavy burdens, hard to bear, and lay them on men's shoulders. But with their finger they do not want to move them. And they do all their works to be seen by men. And they make their tefillin wide in length, the tzitzit of their garments. And they love the best place at feasts, and the best seats in the congregations, and the greetings in the marketplaces, and to be called by men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But you do not be called Rabbi, for one is your teacher, HaMashiach, and you are all brothers. But you do not be called Rabbi, for one is your teacher, HaMashiach, and you are all brothers. Neither be called leaders, for one is your leader, HaMashiach. But the greatest among you shall be your servant. And whoever exalts himself shall be humbled, and whoever humbles himself shall be exalted. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you shut up the rain of the Shamaim before men, for you do not go in, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you eat up widows' houses, and for a show make long prayers. Because of these you shall receive greater judgment. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you go about the land and the sea to win one convert, and when he is won, you make him a son of Gehinnom, 12-fold more than yourselves. Woe to you, blind guides, who say, whoever swears by the Mishkan, it does not matter, but whoever swears by the gold of the Mishkan is bound by oath. Fools and blind, for which is greater, the gold or the Mishkan that makes the gold Kodesh? And whoever swears by the altar, it does not matter, but whoever swears by the gift that is on it is bound by oath. Fools and blind, for which is greater, the gift of the altar that makes the gift Kodesh? He then who swears by the altar swears by it, and by all that is upon it. And he who swears by the Mishkan swears by it and by him who is dwelling in it. And he who swears by the Shamaim swears by the throne of Elohim and by him who is sitting upon it. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you tithe the mint and the anise and the cumin, and have neglected the weightier of the Torah, the right ruling and the compassion and the belief. These need to have been done without neglecting the others. Blind guides, straining out a gnat and swallowing a camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside they are filled with plunder and unrighteousness. Blind Pharisee, first clean the inside of the cup and dish, so that the outside of them becomes clean too. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly indeed look well, but inside are filled with dead men's bones and all uncleanness. So you too outwardly indeed appear righteous to men, but inside you are filled with hypocrisy and lawlessness. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the Nevi'im, and decorate the monuments of the righteous, and say, if we had lived in the days of our fathers, we would not have taken part with them in the blood of the Nevi'im. Thus you bear witness against yourselves that you are sons of those who murdered the Nevi'im, and you will fill up the measure of your fathers, serpents, brood of others. How would you escape the judgment of Gehenna? Because of these, see, I send you Nevi'im, and wise men, and scholars. Some of them you shall kill and impale, and some of them you shall flog in your congregations and persecute from city to city, so that on you shall come all the righteous blood shed on the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah, son of Berechiah, whom you murder between the Mishkan and the altar. Truly I say to you, all this shall come upon this generation. Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim, killing the Nevi'im and stoning those who are sent to her. How often I want to gather your children together, the way a hen gathers their chickens under her wings, but you would not. See, your house is left to you laid waste. For I say to you, from now on you shall by no means see me, until you say, Baruch is he who is coming in the name of Yahuwah. And going out, Yeshua went away from the Mikdash, and his Talmidim came near to point out to him the buildings of the Mikdash. And Yeshua said to them, do you not see all these? Truly I say to you, not one stone shall be left there upon another at all, which shall not be thrown down. As he sat on the Mount of Olives, the Talmidim came to him separately, saying, Say to us, when shall this be? And what is the sign of your coming, and of the end of the age? And Yeshua answering said to them, Take heed that no one leads you astray. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Maschiach, and they shall lead many astray. And you shall begin to hear of fightings and reports of fightings. See that you are not troubled, for these have to take place, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and reign against reign, and there shall be scarcities of food, and deadly diseases, possible coronavirus, and earthquakes in places, and all these are the beginning of birth pains. Then they shall deliver you up to affliction and kill you, and you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many shall stumble, and they shall deliver upon one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets that shall rise up, and lead many astray. And because of the increase in lawlessness, the love of many shall become cold. But he who shall have endured to the end shall be saved. And this good news of the reign shall be proclaimed in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end shall come. So when you see the abomination that lays waste, spoken of by Daniel, the Nabi, put up in the Mikdash, he who reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Yehudah flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not come down to take whatever out of his house. And let him who is in the field not turn back to get his garments. And woe to those who are pregnant, and to those who are nursing children in those days. And pray that your flight does not take place in winter, or on the Sabbath. For then there shall be great distress, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor ever shall be. And if those days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the sake of the chosen ones, those days shall be shortened. If anyone then says to you, look, here is a Maschiach, or there, do not believe. For false messiahs and false prophets shall arise, and they shall show great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the chosen ones. See, I have forewarned you. So if they say to you, look, he is in the desert, do not go out, or look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines to the west, so also shall the coming of the bane of Adam be. For wherever the dead body is, there the vultures shall be gathered together. And immediately after the distress of those days the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the Shamayim, and the powers of the Shamayim shall be shaken. And then the sign of the bane of Adam shall appear in the Shamayim, and then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn, and they shall see the bane of Adam coming on the clouds of the Shamayim, with power and much esteem. And he shall send his messengers with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his chosen ones from the four winds, from one end of the Shamayim to the other. And learn his parable from the fig tree, when its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see all these, know that he is near at the doors. Truly I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away until all these take place. The Shamayim and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. But concerning that day and the hour no one knows, not even the messengers of the Shamaim, but my Father only. And as the days of Noah, so also shall the coming of the bane of Adam be. For as they were in the days before the flood, eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and they did not know until the flood came and took them all away, so also shall the coming of the bane of Adam be. Then two shall be in the field, and one is taken and one is left. Two shall grind at the mill, one is taken and one is left. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your Adon is coming. And know these, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief could come, he would have watched on and not allowed his house to be broken into. Because of these, be ready to, for the bane of Adam is coming at an hour when you do not expect him. Who then is trustworthy and wise servant, whom his master put over his household to give them food in the season? Baruch is that servant who his master, having come, shall find so doing. Truly I say to you, that he shall put him over all his possessions. But if that evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, and begins to beat his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunkards, the master of that servant shall come on a day when he does not expect it, and at an hour he does not know, and shall cut him in two, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So you see how clear the scriptures are about the times of the end. We are in the times of the end, believe it or not, and everything written, witness, it's taking place already, and what is coming. So we are really facing distress already in many situations. And again, still this big alert to many out there, to myself, to my family, to friends, and again in particular to Jehovah's Witnesses, to stop offending the Father. Stop pronouncing that title to the enemy, Satan the devil. Do not do it anymore. Pronounce the correct one forever and ever. Yahuwah, it's what it is. And his son YAHUSHUA HA MASCHIACH, Archangel Michael, Michael, and Ruach HaKodesh. That's what it is. That's the truth. So you have it. It's your choice now. If you want to carry on pronouncing a title to the enemy. I don't want to. Not even another title. God. It's not God. It's Elohim. Because God is a title, a small title, to Godriel, Satan the devil. So stop pronouncing that also. And even Lord, Lord again, another title to Baal. Stop doing that if you want to. Those who are sincere in their hearts, I believe they will be forgiven. But those who know that and they're still using it, and even after warnings, well, that can be a different story, isn't it? So it's up to you to take the words of truth into your hearts and start applying in your lives even now, because times are really near, and this is going to be really chaos out there very soon, believe it or not. We can hear the news. I try not to because I really don't care too much, but We listen in the radio, we listen in the telly about these, not only these sample of coronavirus, something like 19, whatever they come up with. Not only that, but the big signs about the financial collapse already there. Yeah, so many, they are really distracted and they cannot see that. I can see it straight away for a long time. And again, for those who can really believe in the words of truth, if you have the chance to move for rural places and start producing your own food, do it quickly, because very soon the urban places, they're gonna be absolutely chaos, believe it or not. So the message is out there, the warning is out there. If you don't want to believe it, well, it's free. Freedom of choice. You're free to believe or not to believe. I do believe very much, and I'm doing my bit to protect my things, to can protect my family if that's the case. And I try to share with you, particularly in those you're gonna start believing, not by me, but what it's written. If you believe in the Most High and His Bane, His Son, YAHUSHUA HA MASCHIACH, read the scriptures, get the very good scriptures and read them. I will carry on doing my bit, will carry on warning, I will carry on reading, particularly Razon, Revelation, for those who are gonna listen and watch the videos, if you want to, if you're willing to. If not, that's not my problem, is it? I will carry on doing my work until my master arrives. And that's my biggest job, my biggest deliverance in my existence. That's what it matters completely. The rest, we know we have responsibilities. We need to abide by the responsibilities and cope with these difficult times. That for now is only a sign, a small sample what is coming. So I'm not sure yet about where and when these Pope Francis took over from Ratzinger, if we can say so, because there is signs out there that the big tribulation started already, even before, probably, I don't know, probably really 2016 already. We need to check very well that. I can be wrong, no one knows the day or the hour, but possible before 2030 this system is coming to a completely standstill, believe it or not. But we need to wait, because we don't know the day nor the hour. Because of that, we need to carry on working, giving, witnessing, try to help others if that's the case. And but we see the signs already. The master left the signs. If you pay attention, there is plenty of out there false prophets, Catholics, or in Catholicism, Jehovah Witnesses, Orthodox, Muslims. The false prophets, they are out there for some time already, and more are coming. More are coming, and that's the ones are coming is the ones they're gonna start making wonders in front of people. That's what you need to be careful very well, because again, the coming of our Adon, my Adon, is at 1 hour. We don't know. So many say they are these, they are that. No, we can't believe that. Like these top men of Jehovah Witnesses, how can we believe it? They say, oh, they trust us. How? We see their deeds, and by their deeds, what they are doing, we know they are not true. And that's sad, coming to the ends, and know this organization, they claiming to be from the Most High. No, they are not. And the truth will come. The truth will come. It will come. For those can see that they adopt a title to the enemy instead of doing the right thing, asking to receive and to honor, to give esteem to the Most High, Yahweh, and to his Son, YAHUSHUA HA MASCHIACH and Ruach HaKodesh. Until the next video, Amen and Shalom.